A huge collaboration between the drama department and local law enforcement, all in an effort to keep Columbus prom safe.
I feel like as high schoolers we like to poke fun at a lot of things and we don't take them seriously, but this is like a serious topic. It's something that actually impacts people's lives and matters.
No one does prom quite like we do it here in Columbus, and one of the highlights of our yearly prom is the parade.
Because I just like to see the enjoyment on the kids' faces. The families are out, they're enjoying their children dressed up.
And we take a look at how ballet costumes are created and how they stunningly complement the incredible skill of the dancers.
I feel like a show without costumes is like a car without wheels, and it just feels kind of incomplete.
This and so much more coming up on this year's final edition of Torch TV.
Have X in preview, roll it, and take it.
Having a voice of students is unique, and in learning the power behind it is special. Onward, forward.
Hello and welcome back to Torch TV. My name is Abby Jones and I'm joined here today by Gabby Patrick. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. We're kind of twinning a little bit.
Yeah, we are.
Very unplanned. I cannot believe that the school year is already over. Seniors have one more day tomorrow, then everyone else gets out on Tuesday. But before the school year is over and before we jump into our show, we have a couple of announcements for this week. BCSE offers online classes to take over the summer for those wanting to get ahead or improve their grades. If you are interested in registering for or taking a class, talk to your counselor in the team office by next Thursday, May 23rd. Make sure to purchase your yearbooks from jostens.com. The window to be able to buy them is coming to a close, so make sure to get yours soon. And just a few weeks ago, the annual Safe Prom performance was held here at East, leaving a lasting impact on both those watching and those involved. Let's head over to Avalon Henriksen with more on Safe Prom.
Thanks, Abby. For over 3 decades, state and local emergency responders have collaborated with BCSE to promote safety on prom night. The Safe Prom program presents a realistic scenario of a drunk driving incident, warning students about the dangers of driving under the influence.
The scenario is pretty simple. Prom night, hanging out with friends, and then alcohol and drugs.
It was really nerve-wracking to not be able to answer to all the people who were calling my name. Hearing the people say, Laura, Laura, shaking me, trying to get my attention, and I'm like, I want to respond, but I can't.
Sheriff's deputies and the state trooper that was in the area also respond to the scene.
Please, help them, help them. Okay.
As there have been multiple serious injuries reported,
There's no one with them.
it's going to take all hands on deck to make sure this scene is handled correctly.
Being in that position, it wasn't getting arrested that throws you off. That's not. Obviously, that wasn't fun. It was a terrible part of the experience, but looking back and seeing your friends not only in so much pain, but also just angry at you, it's a bad decision for 900 different reasons, not just because you got in an accident. You know, every part of that experience is not good.
It was scary, not even being in the crash, but just the aftermath of the crash, having to feel the saws cutting around me, having to feel the car shifting. It impacted me hardcore. It was just a very not nice experience.
It was really scary, honestly, because I was all with friends I know, and it was just really scary to see like Gavin and Laura like really hurt, and Laura wasn't even moving, and that, although I knew it wasn't a real, I knew it wasn't real, but it still felt very real.
Don't drink and drive, obviously, but I want them to genuinely take that to heart, because there's always a sentiment that, oh, it won't happen to me. Oh, it won't happen to me. I'm different. I'll be responsible about it. But truly and honestly, do not drive inebriated. Do not drive distracted, because it kills.
Safe Prom was witnessed by nearly 800 students here at East. Next year, North juniors and seniors will get the opportunity to watch this cautionary tale.
Avalon, I know you're involved in theater here at East, and as a senior, did you know any of these students as classmates?
I did actually know all 4 of the actors. It was honestly terrifying to see people I'd worked so closely with die or be injured in this accident. Even though I knew it was fake, it definitely hit home.
For Operation Safe Prom to have such a huge impact on students, a lot of time and effort must go into the planning. All the students in the performance were played by real students from East, and the actors have to gear up to be able to portray such a devastating production.
The Safe Prom preparation is extremely important, and using special effects makeup and scattered props on the site helps the message be realistically engraved in students' minds.
I feel like as high schoolers we like to poke fun at a lot of things and we don't take them seriously, but this is like a serious topic. It's something that actually impacts people's lives and matters.
I hope that they understand that the choices they make affect other people. And if you're gone, it affects a ton of people.
I think it's an extremely important message. I think obviously that's probably why we do something like this, because this is something that is far more impactful on students than, I don't know, going to class and saying, don't drink and drive, be safe on prom night. And when you see what could happen as a consequence and portrayed in a realistic way, it's an image that lasts with you.
By seeing these graphic events, it helps the students be aware of what they could be getting involved in on prom night.
Be cognitive of your choices. Like even if you're with friends, right, and you're not participating, take the keys, right? Make that choice. Even if you're worried about them being mad at you, guess what? They'll be alive tomorrow to be mad at you.
Knowing the reality behind the situation makes putting on the show even harder, but the actors pulled through to create a production that will have a lasting impact on this year's juniors and seniors.
Prom night is full of loud music, dancing, and lots of fun with friends, but before the dance even starts, an intricate parade takes place downtown. Madison Valentine has more on how the Prom Parade enhances this special event in Columbus.
Thanks, Abby. BCSE Prom was held at the Commons earlier this month, and as usual, it was a hit. But as many know, in Columbus, the actual dance isn't necessarily the biggest event of the night. For many, the elaborate prom parade is the most important part.
The 2024 Columbus, Indiana Prom Parade took place this past week, with many people going all out with their rides for this event.
Students have the opportunity to ride in several different things of their choosing. They kind of parade themselves around, show off their dresses, their cars, their tractors, their semis, whatever they choose to do, and then they're dropped off and they head into prom.
The parade has been going on in Columbus for many years, and every year the cars get bigger and better, with some of the cars including motorcycles, semis, and even a carriage. Along with having these amazing cars, many things go into law enforcement, keeping the streets safe and under control for the parade.
Safety always comes first, so during that particular time, we're going to ensure that the vehicles are driving in a safe manner. We're going to ensure that other traffic outside the parade itself don't enter in improper entrances and exits, and just watch people's safety. I mean, that's our biggest concern. Everybody needs to be happy and safe.
The Prom Parade means many things to a lot of different people, and that is the reason this event is so special and sacred in the community.
Personally, I love seeing my students and I love seeing the kids enjoy it. Honestly, it's just something I've always loved, the creativity of it. And really it comes down to the students, being able to see them excited, enjoying the night, and just kind of being there for it all.
There were an estimated 1,100 people in attendance for prom this year. A large portion of those students also participated in the parade.
When we come back from the break, we'll take a look at the Columbus Airport's Young Eagles program.
We'll learn more about the elaborate costumes seen in the ballet productions of Dancers Studio Incorporated, the work that goes into them, and how they can enhance a performance.
All that and more coming up on Torch TV.
Be a non-aggressive driver. Pulling out in front of people, going the wrong way, and not using your turn signals are all examples of aggressive driving. Allow everyone the safety they deserve in the parking lot. Be sure to park in spots designated for students. Do not park in staff spots or handicap spots. We all want a good parking spot, but we need to ensure the safety and accessibility of everyone. Be aware of your surroundings. Be sure not to hit curbs or other cars for your own safety and your car's. Make sure to watch out for students walking to school. Don't run over pedestrians. They always have the right of way, no matter how slow you think they're walking.
Welcome back. The Young Eagles program has been teaching youth how to fly for over 20 years now. The program first landed in Columbus in 1998 and since then has, no pun intended, taken off, flying over 3,000 local students aged 8 to 17. Young Eagles provides students the opportunity to learn aviation in an affordable way using tools such as flight simulators. The program also provides the Ray Scholar, which gives up to $12,000 every year to help aspiring pilots earn their licenses. But this program is about more than just flying. With training for building and repairing planes, air traffic, and many other often overlooked aspects of aviation, the Young Eagles program has something for everyone.
So it really is just introducing the student to aviation, but then the career potential in aviation. There's so many jobs to be had. You know, you don't have to own an airplane to be involved. Some people want to build, but they don't want to fly. That's perfectly okay. There's any way you want to get involved. The opportunities here, part of it is just making the right connections.
Whether you're in the air or on the ground, it's important to know what kind of conditions you're dealing with. East Media's Guillaume Lindemann is here to tell us exactly that with this week's 3-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Abby. For our local forecast, today we'll see a high of 80 and a low of 63 with only a 20% chance of rain. Tomorrow we will see a high of 75 and a low of 61, keeping with a 20% chance of rain. Finally, on Saturday, we'll see a high of 82 and also a low of 61 and a 40% chance of rain. That's all for weather. Now back to you, Abby.
Thanks, Guillaume. Another group for youth in the Columbus community is the Council for Youth Development. Every year, the Bartholomew County Council works hard to better the children and teenagers of the community.
On April 19th, the Council for Youth Development held its annual Youth Empowerment Summit. The summit included 3 breakout sessions: accountability and leadership, chill down, and puzzle pieces of me. The summit worked to inspire the leaders of tomorrow and give them access to community resources via partner tables.
The Youth Empowerment Summit was created to give youth a voice, to feel empowered, to feel like they belong in our community. And it's especially important because youth ambassadors get to choose everything: the guest speaker, the facilitators, the topics to talk about, because they know the importance of what matters in their life, and they want to share that with the youth in our community. So I think that's super important to remember.
If you missed this year's summit, don't worry. Next year, CYD will hold another Empowerment Summit in April. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled for spring for next registration details.
Next, we head over to Mia Bowers with a story about the importance of ballet costumes to a show.
Thanks, Gabby. The complexity of ballet costumes is an important element of any production, but many wonder how these costumes are designed and their role in a show.
Earlier this spring, the faculty and students at Dancer Studio started gearing up for their annual spring show production. In this particular show, there's lots of moving parts and pieces that take time and effort to perfect.
Dancer Studio is performing Alice in Wonderland and Don Quixote, and then a couple of modern jazz pieces.
In Alice in Wonderland, I'm the White Rabbit and Mad Hatter, and then in Don Quixote, I am Basilia.
I am the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland, and I am also in the modern and jazz pieces.
So our Alice in Wonderland show is double cast, so I am the White Rabbit, and then I'm also the Cheshire Cat, and I'm also in a modern piece and a jazz piece.
There is a process to finding the right costume for the right dancer, mainly being dependent on the role of their character.
I do most of the work that needs to be done, but we do try to use costumes we have on hand. But we want everybody to be able to dance, and that takes certain accommodations. So people who are tall, people who are small, all have an opportunity to do that.
Miss Susanna takes our measurements, and then she sort of fits us on the costumes that we already have to see what she needs to make or alter. She's usually very prepared, like with that stuff, so she usually already has the costumes out and ready, and yeah, she's just usually pretty on it.
Dancer Studio's costume mistress has a certain strategy to making the costumes make sense from the audience's perspective.
So you pretty much have to be a stereotype almost, but you can make it a beautiful stereotype. When it comes to the tutus, we all want them to be pretty and sparkly and all of that. We try to make them fit in with the character of what they're dancing. So the Queen of Dryads is all the flowers, and we put Dulciana in butterflies just because she's springy and light. And then we put Catri because it's more of a Spanish dance. We already had a Spanish tutu. Traditionally, she is in red or white, but 2 white tutus would confuse people. So I put her in black because that's one we already had.
The costumes have a role themselves, telling a big part of the story and keeping the audience engaged throughout the performance.
I think that they come across just as amazing to the audience, and I think she's so cool that, you know, we can use the costumes to really express ourselves and our characters.
Costumes are the very, the first thing you see about a dancer is the costume. Before they even move, you just look at them, it's like, okay, you can tell the character, what their role is, everything about them. So most important part of the show would be the costumes.
The preparation and role of costumes in a ballet production is something that is very important to every dancer and designer involved.
Thanks, Mia. The productions put on by these dancers require incredible athletic prowess, and many of these performers are also athletes for their respective home schools within BCSE. To prepare for all that they have in store, they often find themselves in the weight room for strength training. For more on how weightlifting affects all student athletes, we go to Jackson Warren with more.
Thanks, Abby. Weightlifting doesn't just help you have a healthier body, but it also has major mental health benefits. The people in the class not only work hard to look good, but also work hard to gain mental strength.
I mean, physically, obviously I've gone bigger, but I think the biggest part is mentally. It's something that I can put a lot of my mental strength in and build that up. And when you work hard at something and you achieve it, it feels really good. So I think I've changed how my mental strength has changed and my emotional strength has changed.
Whenever you do something hard, chemicals are released in your brain. I'm not going to get too scientific here, but chemicals are released in your brain to kind of give you a reward, make you feel good about what you did. So scientifically speaking, it's proven that exercise is going to put you in a better mood. It's going to make you feel better about yourself. There's a ton of mental benefits to it.
The culture in the weight room is created off of goals and success.
It's really nice, especially Max that week, to hear everyone supporting each other and cheering each other on and yelling and getting excited.
Yeah, I mean, obviously my goal is to try to make everyone their best, whether I'm in their class or they ask for my help. That's with more things than just lifting, but I try to do my best at helping other people become their best selves as well.
Definitely gets you more energy, makes you want to hit the lift and not fail your PR.
I remember when I was the age of the students that I coach, and for me, exercising and training, the benefits that I just mentioned, I felt all of those, and it's one of those things where I just continually wanted to just get better. I knew that I had potential to be a good athlete.
The weights class builds a community like no other in Columbus East.
Just keep working hard and you'll find change in yourself, and don't stop working.
According to the National Institute of Health, weightlifting can help with anxiety, depression, as well as increase your self-esteem. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jackson. Starting this year, a new program was introduced into band room at Columbus East United Sound. The new chapter here at East is a collaborative effort between the Performing Arts Department and the Special Education Department, officially sanctioned under the National United Sound Organization. The two departments combine their staff and students together into a class that meets twice a week during advisory, intending to get these new musicians up to speed.
United Sound is a peer mentorship-based group where students with exceptionalities can join in the band ensemble at any level that they are in high school. So it's made up of two groups. So we have new musicians, which are the students with exceptionalities joining for the first time, and we have peer mentors, who are students who have been in band and they have taken on a leadership role to work with these students. I started a United Sound chapter at East because every single person deserves the opportunity to be involved in a music program. And sometimes people with exceptionalities don't start band at the same time as all the other students. So I was involved in United Sound at Ball State. When I was there, I joined my sophomore year, and then my junior and senior year, I was president of United Sound. So I got a lot of leadership opportunities in it, which is kind of why I wanted to start it here, because I knew the outline of it. United Sound is really led and driven by our band students here. They are the leaders within the ensemble. We have two presidents of United Sound. The plan is for those two to continue being president and lead the groups, the full ensemble rehearsals and everything. Really, I don't do much at the rehearsals. I walk around and make sure people are doing okay, but the student leaders are putting in all the work.
The United Sound will play today, May 16th, alongside the Columbus East Concert and Jazz Band at their end-of-the-year concert. Tickets cost $6 each and can be purchased at the door.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the Columbus East Track and Field and how they're finishing off their best season yet.
Then, a message from the 2024 graduating class.
All that and more coming up on Torch TV.
Oh my gosh, I just love my boyfriend so much. He's so hot. He's the captain of the football team and the hockey team and the baseball team and the lacrosse team. He's just so perfect.
Yeah, he's so hot. I wish he was my boyfriend.
Oh no, it's Chad.
Hey, nerd. Give me your lunch money, or else all you're gonna have for lunch is a knuckle sandwich.
Babe, what are you doing? You're gonna lose your scholarship to sports college for bullying.
Babe, it's not what it looks like. Suddenly, Chad is not so hot anymore.
Yeah, Chad, we're over. Bullying is not hot. Come on, nerd, you're not a loser. No!
Welcome back. We're going to head over straight to Oliver Carr with our latest in competitions.
Thanks, Abby. Starting out with some congratulations to seniors Nathan Anderson and Jenna Goose as they were given the Judson S. Earn Award. The award is given out every year to two of East's most exceptional athletes. Congratulations to the both of them. Last Friday was a big night for Columbus East men's volleyball as they hosted Columbus North in the last rivalry game of the year in the Orange Pit. The Olympians cruised to a 3-0 win, which will go down as the first win over North in its program's history. It was certainly a special night for all of those who support the newest IHSAA sport. On Tuesday, varsity baseball had their last home game of the season rained out. They hit the road for their last 3 games of their regular season before starting out their quest for the state title next Friday. Tonight, varsity softball will conclude their regular season in Scottsburg as they take on the Warriors before they'll host softball sectionals next week. Boys varsity golf will host Batesville High School tonight at Otter Creek at 5 before they wrap up their season with one last home meet for sectionals on the 31st. A few weeks ago, Columbus East had their dual meet with Columbus North. Everyone did an outstanding job. Shout out to senior Gavin Bain for getting 13 feet in the long jump. Also, shout out to junior Luke Spurgeon for taking second with 12.8 seconds and junior Marsh taking fourth with 13.9 seconds in the 100. This is the best track season that East has had yet to date. Our track and field squad will begin their postseason tonight with their sectional meet taking place across town over at Columbus North at 6 p.m. Make sure to come out and support all of our athletes as they compete in their postseason tournaments. That's all we have this week for sports, and from the last time from me, back to you, Gabby.
Thanks, Oliver. With our final senior day coming up this week, we take a look at our soon-to-be graduates and the reflection on the school year. This Friday is the last day for our seniors, and they're getting ready to say a final goodbye. Our 2024 seniors faced a new way of doing senior projects as well as a new principal, making their last year here at East very different from the rest. The class of 2025 has an eventful year ahead of them, hopefully taking advice from our graduating seniors.
My senior year, I would say, has been really quick. It's really flown by. My junior year compared to my senior year was really hard. So I would say if you're a junior right now, definitely look forward to your senior year because it's really fun and I would say easier. And I'd also have been like a little stressed throughout this year because I've had to decide like where I wanted to go to college. But it's been also really exciting because I'm just ready to be done. My advice for juniors would be just to enjoy your senior year, even if you want to get out of it like I did at one point. It's really fun, and just be involved in as many things as you can, like clubs, extracurricular, like even a new sport. I would say get involved in that.
Can you believe that we only have a couple days left of school?
I really cannot. It's
One
crazy.
more day. What are your plans for next year?
I'm going to go to Ball State.
Awesome. For what?
Media production.
Cool. I'm going to Franklin College for media production as well.
That's great. Are you going to miss East Media?
Oh yeah, it's been so much fun. I love it here so much.
Me too.
We're going to hear from a couple of our other seniors really quick, and let's pass it over to our other East Media seniors, reflecting on their years as members of East Media and sharing about the bright futures that they have ahead of them.
Next year, I will be attending Syracuse University to double major in Broadcast and Digital Journalism at the Newhouse School of Communications, as well as International Affairs at the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs.
I'll be attending the University of Louisville. I'll be studying music performance. I'm playing the upright bass for their jazz degree, and I'll be minoring in film study and production.
Next year, I'm going to Ball State, and I'm going to study multimedia, broadcasting, and storytelling. Next year, I'm attending Bowling Green State University in Bowling Green, Ohio, and I'm studying music education.
I will be attending the University of Indiana in Bloomington, hoping to study sports media, or media will focus on sports.
Next year, I'm going to Ball State to study media broadcasting and technical theater.
I'm going to go to IU Bloomington next year. I'm going to be majoring in history and minoring in secondary education, and I want to teach here at East High School and be a social studies teacher.
In the future, I hope to either work at a TV studio doing directing or in the theater doing stage managing.
I just want to be able to play music as my career, if that means like doing my own independent stuff, starting a band, being like a studio musician.
My plan for the future is to become a secondary school band director.
The dream, the goal is to broadcast and be an announcer for sports games, but that thing is so cutthroat. So many people want to do that, but if I can be in really any position that gets me on the road covering sports, I'll be really happy.
My favorite rating TV memory is seeing my first ever package on the big screen. It was a bit of quite a gratifying experience.
Just like working on a bunch of different like big elaborate shoots. It's not something we did super often, so whenever we did, it always stuck out. It was always memorable.
A favorite memory I have of radio television would be when we won the CCIM Plus Cardinal Award. It was really cool because it was me and a couple of the other third years and our teacher. And it was just a really neat experience because we weren't sure if we were gonna win. And we were sitting in the auditorium at Ball State and we were just kind of waiting for them to call out who was gonna win the Cardinal Award. And the man who was announcing said for the second year in a row, and we knew we had won last year, and so all of us were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So we took a whole giant ladder and put it in front of our overall studio camera one day during rehearsals and put Manny up there, so he was just staring at the camera for him when we cut to it, and it was really funny. My advice for kids taking RTV next year is to be open-minded and kind and respectful to your peers, and then everything should go smoothly.
Be yourself, do what you want to do, and do it to the fullest. If you're going to take this class, don't do things by half measures.
Kind of roll with the punches. Not everything goes right, not everything is going to be perfect, but that's okay. Part of it is a learning experience of how to make mistakes and then how to recover from making said mistakes.
I'm Avalon Henderson, signing off.
I'm Ben Mikens, signing off.
I'm Madison Valentine, signing off.
This is your one and only Jackson Warren, signing off.
I'm Feline Fox, signing off.
I'm Oliver Carr, signing off.
I'm Kate Roeder, signing off.
Before Gabby and I sign off, we have one last huge thank you to give. Mrs. Cordes has been with East Media for over 22 years, and she is retiring. We have some flowers for you and everything.
Thank you so much.
And there's no way we would have accomplished everything that we do here without you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, kids.
On behalf of Mr. Roeder and the East Media program, we want to say thank you and happy retirement. And this is just some of our East Media crew. We've got a ton of our people helping out. But I'm Abby Jones signing off.
And from all the East Media seniors and the rest of the Torch TV crew, thanks for watching. Remember to take care of yourself, others, and the place, and try to be the best part of somebody's day. I'm Gabby Patrick, signing off.
Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? Oh no.